Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Sayyid Ali Shan Shanakwi, and today the topic I am going to cover with you is a very important medical emergency that you usually see during our house job or our PGship or residency. That is diarrhea, and I will tell you how to approach a patient of diarrhea and what should be in your mind while dealing the patient of diarrhea. So let's start the topic approach to diarrhea. So let's start approach to the diarrhea. What is diarrhea? Loose motion. Patient usually came in emergency with a complaint of loose motion, loose stool, and abdominal pain and cramp, something like that, like something features of diarrhea or so. So while you are in the emergency and dealing with the patient, what is the criteria which will be important and which must be fulfilled to become a diarrhea? That is frequent defecation. Patient complained of frequent defecation more than 3 times per day, altered stool consistency, most commonly contain water greater than 75%, and increased stool quantity. Stool quantity is increased above 250 to 300 gram per day. This is the criteria that must be fulfilled while we are diagnosing it as diarrhea. And diarrhea is classified in various types, but here we will discuss classification of diarrhea according to time period. Acute, there are 3 types of diarrhea according to time period, that is acute, persistent, and chronic. Acute diarrhea, the time period is less than or equal to 14 days. The patient complete of 3 fulfilling of these criteria, and it is less than 14 days or equal to 14 days, that is acute diarrhea. The patient is completing this criteria, and if he is having time period greater than 14 days, that is persistent diarrhea. And same criteria is fulfilled and the time period is more than 30 days, that we will consider as chronic diarrhea. What is the clinic presentation? Patient came to you with the presentation of acute or chronic loose stools, like he is having a loose stools from less than 14 days or more than 14 days or 30 days. Other feature may be fever, abdominal pain, cramp, blood in stool, for example in dysentery, nausea, vomiting, gastroenteritis, and sign of malnutrition in children, that he or she is unable to fulfill the electrolytes or energy needs and using its own body tissues to fulfill that, and signs of dehydration. What are signs of dehydration? That may be mental status, eyes, thirst, or skin pinch. So according to WHO classification, we classify dehydration into 3 types: mild dehydration, moderate dehydration, and severe dehydration. Mild, moderate, and severe. And what are the features on which we will classify them? That is mental status, eyes, thirst, and skin pinch. In the mental status, in the mild, first we do mild dehydration. Sorry, I am getting some sort of disturbance due to a fan, so whatever, like mental features of assessment of dehydration. First of all, we will discuss mental status. In the mild dehydration, there is normal, patient is normal and awake, eyes are normal, thirst, drinks normally, he or she can drink normally, and skin pinch, when we pinch the skin goes back rapidly. In the moderate dehydration, mental stress, patient is restless, irritable, eyes are sunken, and during thirst, when we give him water or her water, he is eager to drink, fastly drink, and when we pinch the skin, pinch goes slowly. In the case of severe dehydration, we will see these features. In mental status are lethargic or patient is unconscious. eyes are greatly sunken and thirst, unable to drink water because he's very dehydrated and he is lethargic or unconscious or mild, unable to drink water, and skin goes back very slowly. On this feature, we will classify dehydration into three categories and then we start our plan of treatment. How to deal with the dehydration according to World Health Organization, that is WHO. Plan A is for mild dehydration. For the mild dehydration, the treatment plan is A. Patient should be treated at home. Foods and fluid must be given. Soft diet, ORS in the case of fluid or other containing nutrients. And ask the patient to go home for dehydration and follow up after 5 days if not improved. And for the moderate dehydration, we will go with the plan B. Fluid and food must be given and constant ORS therapy. Also give zinc supplements and follow up the patient after 5 days if not improving. The third thing that we are going to discuss, plan C, a patient with severe dehydration that I already explained that we must deal with. Admit the patient, rehydration IV fluids 100 ml per kg region, a series service every 2 to 3 hours, and evaluate 3 to 6 hours. Adopt further plan. Thank you. In this way I compile this category. Now I will discuss how we will deal the patient in the emergency after this, or after assessing all of this in our mind or study. Thank you.